In this lesson, we are going to discuss about resources, and will try to understand what is meant by resources in economics. As we have seen in our previous lessons, that the main driving force behind all economic activities is economic desires. Whether they are needs or wants, this is ultimate objective behind economic activity. These economic desires should be satisfied, and they are satisfied when we use goods and services. Because we have learned that goods and services have capability to satisfy human desires. But these goods and services, they are not free. We have to produce these goods and services. So there is a production process which is required to produce goods and services. Production process means employment of resources, economic resources, in order to produce something. We need economic resources, or simply the resources. There are four types of resources. That is land, labor, capital, and enterprise. With the help of these four factors, we produce goods and services. And these goods and services are used to satisfy human desires. So resources are playing most important role in all economic activity. Now we go to slides and try to understand the definitions of land, labor, capital, and enterprise. Now let's go through the definition of resources. Resources are those items or factors which are employed in order to produce a good or service. They are also called factors of production. There are four factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. These resources are also called economic resources. Land. The natural resources employed in production process are called land. The standard term used to show the price of land is rent. It is the owner of the land who decides about the use of land. So when we say land, land means all natural resources, whether they are above the surface or under the surface, they are the natural resources. We call them land. Labor. Labor are human resource. Labor is a term used to show people who are doing mental and physical work during production process. The standard term used to show the price of labor is wages. Labor is also known as owner of skill who decides about the use of the skill. So all those people who are working in factories, in offices, they are labor because they are using their physical and mental abilities and skills to produce something. Capital or capital goods or capital assets, they are similar terms in economics. These are goods which ease out the production process. It may be machinery, tools, money, or fixed assets like house, etc. The standard term used to show the price of capital is interest. It is the owner of capital who decides about the use of its assets. Capital may also take the form of money, which will be used to buy capital goods. The process of buying capital assets is called investment. So capital is not only machines, it can be fixed assets like building, or it can be money. The fourth and final factor of production is known as enterprise or entrepreneur. It is a person or a group of people who takes the responsibility of combining other three factors of production in order to produce any good or service. The standard term used to show the price of entrepreneur is profit. The nature of entrepreneur as a factor of production is quite different than the nature of the rest of three factors of production. So far as land, labor, and capital is concerned, the entrepreneur employ them and give them the reward. But entrepreneur, in spite of all his efforts, there is a chance that by the end of the day, he is not going to earn anything, or maybe he is bearing loss. Other three factors of productions, they are offering their services, they are employed, and they are getting money. Whereas entrepreneur, he is taking risk. He may earn profit or loss. We have learned there are four factors of production: land, labor, capital, and enterprise. And with the help of these four factors of production, goods are produced and which ultimately used to satisfy results. Now if we go to browser and we browse for factors of production, click enter and then click images. You will find number of pictures. If we go down and here just click this image and we reach to their website www.gloucester.com. If I scroll down, this part, we can notice that four factors of production are explained here. First of all, this picture, this image explains the natural resources. And natural resources like coal, it is extracted, and it is mentioned here that natural resources used for making gasoline. And then if we go to labor, on this image, labor mean the people or the workers, engineers who are working in these coal mines. So, and on the right side it is mentioned human resources are very important in production of gasoline in Canada. Alright, and then if we go further down, we find this image. This is about the tools and machinery, the big cutting machine, and it is written here that non-liquid capital machinery is very important part of creating gasoline. In the bottom, this image, a gentleman, it shows the chief executive officer, and this represents the entrepreneur. This is one good example. And now if we go back to the Google search and we pick one more example, this example, just click it. And we reach to this page. It will take us to Hillary's blog. You will find this image again and just click it. Okay, now this is about another company which is entertainment company, and we have learned that entertainment comes under the service category. Petroleum products, in the previous example we have seen that is the goods or the goods and services which are tangible, but this is not tangible. Even in the services business, we need four factors of production. For example, this particular image, land. Land means what in the Walt Disney Company? Wood, metal ores, water, the physical piece of land where the parks are built on. Then labor mean so salesperson, waitress, hotel staff, characters in costumes, or we call them entertainers, and janitors. Then by capital we mean in case of Walt Disney Company, hotel, resorts and facilities within. Then roller coasters and rides, castles, machinery and vehicles such as monorail and MTR. Then the fourth category, which is enterprise, it represents the president and chief executive officer. Now these two examples help us to understand in depth the concept of four factors of production. That's all in this lesson. Thank you very much.